There are beautiful things in the world, but the only reason why white men and white women pursue such beautiful contests and they want their children to be beautiful and with blue eyes and things like that which minority nations don't really have. They just want to eat and have a good night of sleep and I just have a wife, until Americans push American interests and say you have to be beautiful to make money in the USA, otherwise you won't get it, which in turn they do take your wives and children, which I don't see the white women dating beautiful minority men. They are initially saying this is because they have to tell someone, they have to tell each other to get a yes. This whole game of yes and no, that I will choose the best fruit, the best wife, the best shelter, the best community, is basically a yes and no. That if you would say yes to this, then you say no to that. It's because we all know that we have discovered the United States of America because Columbus was looking for India and New Amsterdam was bought about and things like that. But the most important thing is you have to understand in modern America, they say yes or no that you are a beautiful woman, so we'll say yes to a beautiful woman. And now if this educated beautiful woman is able to push America's interests, we'll all be rejected into homelessness and other things of capitalism and other things that are negative, because quite frankly the United States of America is watching everyone and they have their military bases everywhere, and they're saying that if you don't follow America's interests the American way, you're going to become homeless. There's quite a few instances of white men who follow Asian culture and who believe in Asian culture, but they're just not super wealthy enough like the oligarchs who are mostly Buddhist and meditation wise, and they end up being homeless because they don't follow the American standards. So if you do understand that, then you should be able to understand this, and you don't really have to say you want to get some. If a white woman comes across me and says, oh, you have to want to get some, which I have experience in the United States of America and especially in New York City, I don't have to want to get some. I could do anything I want so long as I have a little bit of money, and fortunately there is welfare, but which I have experienced because quite frankly I literally said I don't want to get some to white women, and white women told their friends, and white men said that, hey, this minority doesn't want to get some, let's use him, let's make him an example, use the religion, and we saw many other things. I saw many other things that have correlated to United States of America's interest being particularly tyrannical and hypocritical, but there's no saying, especially when the minorities try to say something like American wise, and the minority is literally combated with, hey, you're not really American. Even if you're born in America and you understand a couple things, you're going to be corrected, and they're going to say that you're not really American. Until you see a white boy who's making mistakes every 5 seconds, he's going to get away with everything because he's white and he's able to represent blue eyes and beautiful culture and genes, American interests. Now, 5 years ago, when I was nonstop contacting the government, I was able to shut down the government and socialism, and we were able to rise as minorities, and we had a year or so just to think about what the United States of America is doing. Now, the United States of America has literally contained it, when in reality, we lost interest in the conversation because we were enjoying ourselves, but he will tell everyone that he contained it. It's called investigation and things like that, so that he could get some, but in reality we just lost interest, and we're like, oh, this kid's still saying something, but he's gonna fake laugh and other things like that and say he's contained it, not if he could stop it with nukes and everything, but he just doesn't stop, and the murder and crime is just non-stop. It's rampant in New York City and USA, but he doesn't understand that. So if he does say that, if he does say yes to that, like he says yes to a beautiful woman and a no to an ugly woman, then he's going to lose his job, and the USA is going to lose interest, which is particularly good because the USA is a capitalist country and there's plenty of homeless. And in the USA, to be rich, you would basically own golf courses by yourself in your mansion, and other nations like China and Bangladesh are using their wealth to invest in roads and infrastructure. Now, I've been across the country, and there's nothing to see in the country. There's only big cities that you want to be in. Unfortunately, there's not enough space for big cities because they limit the housing capabilities here in the United States, so it sucks. You have to live in a big city to love the USA. All the small cities are just useless. No people, no community. Is just a bunch of white kids and arguing with black kids to get some, and married kids, and there's Hispanic kids who are literally just like, we're just here to take back most of the things that they stole from us. And Indian kids are like, they stole our money, but we're gonna work it. And Chinese kids are like, hey, we're rich, we want to get married. It's so terrible here in the United States. I mean, you don't have to come here. You just have to understand that It's literally the same everywhere now that the USA is pushing interest. You don't have to come, but we want to get rid of the USA because the USA is such a terrible adversary. And they promote homelessness if you aren't American enough and you don't agree with a beautiful woman. So basically, if you have a beautiful woman, then he will tell that beautiful woman to understand American concept. Otherwise, she will be homeless himself, because this is the sort of high-pitched tune that the social media marketing has. Now, there's different social medias. Why China blocked off the rest of the world from China, and that's a good thing, because now we can see that the United States of America literally is like in the speakers and in the algorithm saying that this is the way you're not going to get some. This is what we know you're not going to get some. And it doesn't matter if you get some or you don't have to get some. You don't have to get some. But he literally, the whole game is to tell other people that this is what this minority is doing. And this minority is a threat. Now that he's been exposing the United States of America, he's now a threat. So you can just hit that like button because I'm a threat now, accordingly to, because I'm being contained most of the time, if I may say so myself, with these videos. And for further investigation, if you do understand that this guy, he's literally just going to tell other white people or other people who have power and money, other people who have companies, that not to employ people who are like this, it's because he's controlling the market and he's being a tyrannical, but there's no legal mindset because he's white and things like that. I made a previous video, it was way better. It was easy to understand, but I'm just going to upload it so I can upload it and maybe make another one in the future. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe.